Civilization or Barbarism, an Authentic Anthropology by Dr. Cheikh Anta. Thus, traditional royalty was conceived as priesthood that permitted one to be useful to the community without having the time to serve personal ambitions. Even today, 8 years represents the duration of two presidential terms in the United States. In order for the gods to lavish gifts and for nature to be fertile, the king has to be the legitimate man for the throne, just long enough to ensure the perpetuity of the state. Of course, here and there, difficulties were circumvented, but this does not change anything in the essence of the AMP state, even if its form becomes monarchical. All these various feedbacks, which often caused a shortage of candidates for the royalty in Black Africa, testified to the perfectly clear concept of the state that the Africans had. The state born out of the group's need to survive precedes class antagonism, class opposition, presupposes an embryo of state power, even if only tribal, that forces individuals to obey. Therefore, Engel's views on this subject are not very accurate. Moreover, it could be said that a simultaneity exists, that a dialectic bond exists between the exploitation of man by man and the appearance of the state, if only in embryonic form, which would exclude any notion of the anteriority of one form with regard to the other. Consequently, instead of the absence of revolution, it brews all the time in the countryside and at the city gates in the AMP states, from China to Egypt, passing through India and Western Asia. And if it is suppressed each time, it is thanks to the ultra sophisticated interventionist machinery that has allowed the prevention of revolutions, a permanent concern of kings, to be elevated to a Machiavellian level prematurely, as in Katila's India in the 6th century BCE. The interventionism in relation to social unrest is one of the heaviest legacies that the AMP state has bequeathed to the modern state, and one which explains the enormous difficulties that the world revolutionary process encounters today in different countries. Maurice Goddard, the notion of the Asiatic mode of production and the Marxist schema of the evolution of societies. Maurice Goddard's text is brilliant, rich, well documented, and reflects a great breadth of view in its analysis, but it does not deal with the one topic mentioned above, which seems fundamental to us. Why did Rome, Imperial Rome, behave so pitifully vis a vis the revolution as a stagnant AMP society would for half a millennium? A theoretician of the caliber of Godler should not have dodged such a difficulty, of which he could not have been unaware. All the necessary theoretical conditions apparently would meet the fate of the AMP societies based on the fact alone that she adopted their framework with all of its resulting implications. Thus, the author's text is mainly descriptive. He recalls the metamorphoses of the notion of the AMP in Marxist literature, then sums up the successive phases of evolution of the societies as they are envisaged in historical materialism. Primitive community, AMP, Asiatic mode of production. Ancient, Germanic, feudal, then capitalistic modes of production. Concerning the AMP, he deems that commerce is here, not the expression of a merchant production inside the community's life, but the transformation of the surplus in merchandise. The merchant appears as a state official. This idea that they wish to create a commerce in the AMP societies is completely erroneous and calls for revision. It is applicable neither to Pharaonic Egypt nor to Katila's India, nor to the medieval states of Black Africa. On the other hand, the official of the AMP states in charge of commerce, who in fact had the rank and the title of minister, is in every respect comparable to the minister of commerce exterior of the modern states, whether capitalist or socialist. This is a new institution that the AMP state bequeathed to the modern states. We'll stop there and continue back with civilization or barbarism. I'm your World Riley. Hi, son.